of streaming of my overclocking here. Lately, I've been doing a lot of work on this system. It's a new system relatively to some of the main parts put in. My old system was a 3950X, so I had been looking for a 5950X to put in my old motherboard, and I came across a great deal on, I believe it was eBay. Let me see. Then I got this one, just to be correct. Oh, somehow it looks like I've been signed out. Well, I'll look at it later. But anyway, I got a great deal on the processor. I think he added on there for like $350 with the motherboard and memory. And mind you, these things new were $700, just the processor. So he had it on there for $350 with the motherboard and the memory that I'll get to in a minute. And I said, he had already, you could see, I think I might, it might have Facebook Marketplace, because you can see where they come down. And actually, Facebook Marketplace doesn't have a thing for past purchases either. So Facebook Marketplace tag. I'm gonna yeah, saved items. No, I should maybe pending. Nope. Yep. Nope. Reviews to write. Oh, here we go. No, here it is. Oh, and actually, I only have 11 days left to submit a review. Oh, and I only have 1 day left to submit a review for the guy that sold me the one moment. Was very polite, and on time with his delivery. Great seller. I highly recommend. Same 5 stars with the great seller that I highly recommend. Item was perfectly as described and a great price. Item was shipped properly. I would recommend anyone that needs anything delivered to not think twice. Go ahead and submit that. 5 star, 5 stars. Okay. So yeah, and I can't click on it, but yes, Pedro. I might actually be able to go back to our discussion. No, let's see here. Oh, it's in our chats, right? No. Messages. Oh, come on. There has to be some in our messages. Oh, well, never mind. So I think I offered him like 300, and because he had already came down from 4, and he took it. And mind you, the motherboard is an Asus ProArt, which is like their top model. It has two USB-C connections, which it's great. I actually needed that, and still might use that, because you get some things that only use that connection, including my RodeCaster Duo, and that's what that's what I'm using for audio. And anyway, he shipped it with 128 gigs of Oloy brand, OLOY brand memory, rated at 3200 megahertz CL16, and that's not very fast memory. You can't overclock that. So yeah, you can't overclock that. And for a game, for my primary, this is, mind you, I bought this as my primary gaming system, which I always use as like a hybrid creator system. Like I always want it to be a touch above like your standard just gaming setup, because like I'm really demanding a lot out of this thing. I mean, I want to be, I have the top tier monitor. I have an Asus PQ 32U CDM monitor. That's a 4K 120 hertz HDR OLED. It's the best one on the market right now. I highly recommend this thing. Highly. Yeah, I'm back a couple generations at this point. It's not a 7950X. It's not a 9950X. I believe they have those out now. But what would I be paying for that? You know what I mean? What would I pay for that? What's the price of a 9950X right now? And yeah, and they have the 3D. The 3D is that come release date 6 days ago. So yeah, if I was gonna get one, I'd be going for this 3D one that has, you know, anyway. And they don't even know the price of it yet. But the 3D cache layout apparently makes a big difference. They saw a big difference with the last series. So what's a 9950X? Are they even selling those? Yeah. 16100 core. Is that it? Is that real? No. 16 core, 32 threads, same as this one. But this is AM5, so I'd have to replace everything. You got new memory. You've got new motherboard. You've got a whole new structure, Zen 5. But yeah, $700. Now, I should check eBay because, you know, to be fair, are they going used? But see, now, what you have to remember about something used, especially a processor, is that it could be binned. And now binned is kind of what is the process I'm going through kind of at the moment, where I'm seeing what this layout is capable of. This processor is capable of. And what guys do is they'll get like 4 or 5, 6, 7 of the same processor, and they'll run this test on them they'll stress test them. And some of these guys are doing that with like LN2, which is like liquid nitrogen, and that drops the temperature way down. And a lot of the silicon on these processors don't like the super low temperatures. They do completely different things. The proprietary nature of them completely changes at those low temperatures. They're not tested for or rated for, etc. But you got guys pushing to see what they can do with them, and then they'll take the top one or two and maybe sell one to their buddy, like and then they sell the rest on eBay, and it's not necessarily damaged, but it's not going to necessarily do what it's rated to do simply by a few clicks. What? This doesn't make sense. X4 Phenom is like some old one or something. I don't know how they're getting away with that. So here's one. Here's another 5950X. So they are dropping. These are dropping in prices. Okay, well here's a 7950X now for $300. And yeah, the 5950Xs are going down in price. They're yeah, I might have paid $200 for mine. But yeah, 7950X now, 300, 400. Oh, here's one. Whew. 120 for the 5950X. So, they do drop quite a bit in price. But then the thing that people don't do is they don't go and check the QVL, which is the qualified vendor list, out when they're looking for something. And here's the 3D 7950X 3D brand new for $200. Wow. Wowzers. Well, it's good as to show you. $5950X. What have they actually sold for? Ooh, damn. Let's see here. So what you can do is click, go down here and go down to completed. And see what they've actually gone for. So they're on average 275 to 280, because you gotta factor in shipping. So 280, 290. I mean, damn, one went for a low here of 126. So they do have their lows. But hey, look, people are still buying 3950Xs brand new for $417. So the prices are all over the place. Somebody still spent $750 on the 5950X here just a few days ago. It was a bundle because they bundled it together properly. And oh man, it's like I could do the same thing. If I could do the same thing and get my money out of this the same way, I might actually do that. There are highs and lows on here. I mean, bro, people just need to work. work the system, and they can be surprised what they can get. Yeah, I mean, brand new 350 just a few days ago, recently. 5950X, straight from Best Buy. So that was like, I feel like I got a brand new motherboard, you know, for that. I got it's a Asus ProArt Creator x570. The one I got, the AM4. They've sold here $400, $300, $200, all over the place. But on average, $300, $350. I'd have to say it's you know, some of these really throw it off. Oh, hold on. I mean, yeah, no, it's all these ones. So, you know, I may put everything together because there are people out there that just don't know how to pair things the right way. So, and he actually hadn't. That's one thing. If we put a bundle in here, I could say that I looked at the QVL. It's the QVL. The QVL is the qualified vendor list. Okay, I think maybe I looked it up on Edge. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So you want the fastest RAM, right? For your motherboard, you have to come on and check your motherboard's qualified vendor list. So you type in the model, whatever, same place you'd go for your software or your drivers and utilities and your manual. You go, you click on, and you can see what's devices are supported, and that's going to be your CPUs, your memory, and also your storage. Storage, I wouldn't really worry about. Anything with that will probably work, but only certain types of RAM speed are going to work. Now, there's a whole nother thing to this that is important to know. You want the fastest speed, okay? That's only going to that's only supported in 2 sockets. That is not a 4-socket support, so you can't even though you have space in the board for 2 of these kits, it won't actually run at that speed. At least not without some tricky work. And let me tell you, it's just not going to work, period. Unless and you could, if you find someone online who is running all 4, you know, like to know. I'm looking for it, on a way to do it, but you simply just can't get this RAM speed, these timings when you put all 4 sticks in. I didn't know that. I made that mistake. So I bought 2 of these kits and put them in. Granted, I got them used, so I got a good deal. And but they're hard to find. It was not an easy kit to find. This might be a similar one. Let me see. 44 CVKC. I don't think so. I don't think that's... No. That's not on here. So these aren't qualified to work. They're not going to work. It's going to be 4400. It might be C18, but those last numbers don't match up. They got to match up. You could get away with some of the last few not matching up. These ones would work. Yeah, okay. Now these are going for a lot less now. GTC. Oh, again. Nope. Close. Close. And close. But no cigar. It's got to be these ones. And that's why these ones are just a little cheaper. Yeah, because what? Look what. This is why. You look close. Those timings are a lot higher than mine, and that's what you pay for. Yeah. GTZ. We don't want no Z. We don't want no Z on ours. Oh, no. Here we go. GZ. No, they do have Z's. Let's see here. RC. Nope. No RCs. We ain't doing no C's. That's what's wrong. That's what ours ain't doing. Ours ain't doing no C's. Get those C's the fuck out of here. Here might be the one right here. This might be the one. The timings. GTRG. GTZRG. Is this it? Nope. It's got to have a Z in there. It don't have the Z. It's close. It's close. We need a Z in ours. We need a Z. GTZ. Z with no C. That's what we need. That's what we need. We need them Z's with no C's. We need them Z's with no C. CR. CR. Is this because this it? Is that one it? Is that one it? Yeah, that's mine. GTZR. Hiding down there. Okay. All right. Yeah. Ooh, good deal. $80. That's what they're going for. Make sure these are the rates. Yep. Yeah, I believe they are. Oh, yeah. Originally went for $260. Yep. Nope. These aren't it. See, 24. No, that ain't ours. That ain't. Oh, you know what? Because it's. No. F4. No. He's got the wrong thing listed. Sir. Yours have a C, a Z, a C on the end. Sir. I have to let this guy know. I'm going to have to Karen eBay him real quick. Let's see. What's my page? Yeah, here we go. Just let it know. Yeah, fix that for him. Because, you know, that's what I'm saying. This stuff, what I'm looking for is hard to find. And he might be throwing the price of it off. Because, it, like, you know, like I said, it's hard to find. Yeah, we're not going to waste our time on here anymore. We're going to get back to what we were doing. Okay. Now, the point is, I got a good deal. I had been running my memory the way it should have been. I had 2 of these kits in. It wouldn't post. It wouldn't post at its XMP, which the AMD version of that is different. I'll show you in a minute. It wouldn't post at 4400. So I took out 2 out of the right slots. Again, you have to make sure your motherboard has an A2 slot or an A1 slot and a B1 slot. Those are going to be the first slots that you put your memory in. Then you have your A2 slot and your B2 slot for if you were running 4 sticks. So if you need to take 2 out to be the same problem as I do, take those 2 out. Now, I am running into issues already where I'm maxing out on my gaming PC the 16. It'd be nice if the system would run the first 16 at 4400 and the other 16 at 32 but that's different clocks. You know, I understand that's probably impossible, but maybe one day they'll fix that. But I'll work. What I did was to start with. What you want to do is go into your startup apps by clicking on your settings. Go in here to find startup apps. Turn all these off. That's going to lower your memory consumption. You don't want to have any excess apps running in your taskbar. So that's one way to lower those. You're going to take out those 2 sticks. Then you're going to do a benchmark like I did just at standard CPU settings, but with the memory clocked to its settings or overclocked. Okay. Now, considered overclocked. Okay, XMP, OXMP, whatever it is for AMD. We'll show you in a minute. So I ran Cinebench. I finally got this to run and finish. So we know the system's stable now. And that's just at the 18, 19, 19, 39, 1.4 volt settings that the memory is designed for. And that's great. We're beating a 5800. We're getting close to a Threadripper in speed. We want to beat these, though. We want to beat all this shit if we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to restart, and we're going to start with Precision Boost Overdrive and see where that gets us. Well, right now we're at 1149. So let's go ahead and restart. And gonna smash that delete button. This is the fun part. This is why people stick to consoles, and this is why computers don't run the way they should, because this stuff is complicated and not very fun. Not very fun at all. Now, one way people tend to overclock their system is to up the B clock. And now what that does is it changes the memory timing. See, you had memory. Why? Target DRAM 2133. Why is it not? Shut off. All that should be 2200. Huh. See, that's interesting. So that wasn't the memory. Running at see, it does that. I'm not sure why exactly it even does that. Well, at this point, I guess I'm gonna just try putting it manually at 4400 because it was running at like much lower, and that doesn't make any sense. All right, well, let's see if it'll boot and get through the test at that. So that's the rated speed. And shit, that's what I thought it had been doing. Why would I have to manually do that? So I'm going to run Cinebench again. That's going to take a while. I have some other things I'm going to go do. Actually, I'm just going to leave that there. Leave this here, and when I'm really hope at the very least that it's stable and then it finishes its run. And I would hope that it would be last one. Issue is that the clocks are not synchronous anymore. They are desynchronized, which results in a penalty, which is supposed to be able to be overcome by the overclocking. I had a bunch of system crashes when I had tried running this set at 4,000 with lower timings. It didn't like that. It didn't like that. So I'm just running it on what it should be qualified to run right now. Just to get a baseline. I think it's actually doing better than last time. Yeah, I'd say. If it doesn't beat the last scores, that's the part that it would be where it would start to get like a little challenging, just due to the fact that we're going backwards and then we need to go forwards. So what I would change in the BIOS next, if this is not going well, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'm hoping that this score hits like an 1175. Be great. Great. If it beat the 12, if it beat the Threadripper, and then we'd be in business. We'd be really in business. I think I'll just go ahead and stay. I believe it's trying to render this image, and as it completes, it'll be over. I thought it used to run the whole 10 minutes, and it doesn't. It just gets a score and it stops. So it looks like we will be beating the 12. And it looks like we're running in the proper direction. Well, there it goes backwards. Well, forwards. Here we go. So I had the F clock up at 2,000, and it was crashing. Maybe 1,900, I think, is the limit. I've heard elsewhere on the memory clock at 1,200 or 1,933 on the F clock is they say it's the limit. I was getting 2,000 to boot. It wasn't running the tests. So I think we could get 2,000 and see a boost. I think we could. All right. Well, I beat the 12. I'm still here. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do the next thing I was going to do, which is going to be to turn on precision boost overdrive. Okay, does it continue to run and do another one? Does it see how many it can do? Past 2? Okay. If this only, does this just solidify the score now, or just wonder if it increases it? I bet it's just kind of solidifies it again just to kind of make sure. Okay, well, we can do two of these tests, and they're solid. I mean, it's beaten one of the previous generation Threadrippers, and not just any one. It was a 2990. It was just a 32 core process, 32 core, 3 gigahertz. So it's doing more with less, which is the aim of things. All right, I'm good. Stop there. I'm cool with this test. Canceled 2012-22. Oh, I wonder if I have to let it go for it to like be put on law. Little leaderboard thingy would be. I can live with that. All right. 1222. Let's see if we can beat that by turning on Precision Boost Overdrive. This is one of the most simple ways of overclocking. The CPU itself. Right now, I only have the memory overclocked, and that is really only overclocked basically from where it would be if it wasn't touched. It's not, but it is like kind of the baseline. So it's, I don't know. I would really call this overclocking. It's just kind of timing the RAM, but we will get to overclocking it. I specifically did not have PBO on. It was disabled for that. So now we are going to enable that. Alrighty. And go ahead and enable it. And that's it. That's all we're going to do. Because if for some reason it starts to fail a test, we want to be able to know exactly what we did, that we can go back and undo to keep system stability. And therefore, I will take my old generation system here, and I'll make sure that I'm running the fastest possible RAM that could have been run with that processor and that motherboard. And the theory being that it's a more stable high-end version than if I were to get a next generation up, where I might have to make sacrifices in what I want. I can't afford the latest AM5 Asus Strix motherboard. It's just unless someone's selling one used, I can't afford the latest Asus Creator ProArt motherboard. It would be too much, especially with the memory. So it's you're saving $1,500 by going with something like a 5950X versus a 79 or the 99, and the performance is going to be comparable. It's not something you need to be necessarily running the latest thing. I mean, as long as your monitor is getting the frames that it needs to be consistent, then that's all that matters. I'd like 120, so that's 120 frames per second is what I'd like at all times with my gaming. in real world application. The last game that I played was Call of Duty Black Ops. I've had some problems with the overlay and video overlay, so I'm not doing the the benchmarking that way at the moment, just because it seems to have some bugs that needs to be worked out. And but I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that there's nothing on my end that I can do differently. So I could go ahead and run these tests. All right, let's do this multi-core test, PBO. See if we can get 1250, 1275 would be great.